The commute is a nightmare, and it's our dream is to solve it. Every morning in our country, 10 million people hit the roads and battle their way to work. Is this playing? Okay. 10 million people battle their ways to work, and 90% of those just have one person in each car. Let this catch up. We've got National Grid. National Grid at their site in Warwick, they had 90% of their own staff sharing cars. No, they didn't. They had 90% of their own staff driving alone to work a few years ago. And then they set up a Liftshare scheme. National Grid now have 50% of their staff sharing cars to work every day, freeing up 800 parking spaces a day. Their staff now save 28,000 miles every single day and 5 tonnes of CO2. National Grid are one of hundreds of companies across the UK setting up successful Liftshare schemes with us. And it's easy to see why. Local networks around employer sites are over-congested and nearing gridlock. You've also got employers who are desperately now looking at ways to reduce their emissions from their staff, and they're also struggling to recruit and retain amazing staff. And we're there to help. Across the UK, we now have hundreds of companies all running successful schemes, and it's working brilliantly. Here we have, you can very clearly see the congestion issues coming into some of the sites. We have 350,000 people now going to their employer sites across the country. But that's not even half the story. We've got a further 650,000 people who've joined our public network, liftshare.com. We now have 1 million shared miles on the network every single day, and that has increased by 40% in the last year, and it's 10 times the impact from just 5 years ago. But we want to go further than that. We want to save 10% of emissions across the country on the commute. You can see here the network building across the country. To save 10%, we need to keep increasing 40% every year, and we know we cannot do that alone. We need your help, which is why we're here. We want your help, your support, and your guidance. We're already working with some amazing companies like Enterprise Cars and Appiway, who are sharing our vision of a shared future, and we'd love to work with many of you too. Here's to sharing. Thank you very much.
Thanks very much for your presentation. You mentioned quite large businesses that you've been working with. How are you targeting sort of SMEs to get them to sign their employees up?
So any SME can encourage their staff to join the free public network, but our focus is definitely on the larger employers, typically 250 employees plus with over 50 to 100 parking spaces on site. At those levels, they get a return of investment within 2 or 3 months from investing in the scheme, but SMEs, for them it's much better just to promote the public site. We all do, however, work with large business, like industrial estates and business parks, where the overall estate manager will run a Liftshare scheme on behalf of all the employers on their site.
Hi there. Please can you go into a bit more detail about on your business model?
Yeah. So we have basically a SaaS business model with supporting services around it. So our 700 clients basically license our software from us, and then we provide campaign support. We do lots of scoping kind of data analytics for them, and we have a campaigns team that go out and help them promote their scheme on site.
And the market, how big do you think the market is here? Are you targeting the UK initially, I presume?
So UK is definitely our primary market. A few of our clients, so Arm are now rolling out across America, GlaxoSmithKline across America, BT have gone across Europe. We've got about 97% of the UK market now, of the market that's been got, but we reckon we're probably scratching the surface. We think we've probably got about another 60-70% in the UK to go. We're looking at international very closely right now. We've been there before. It's hard to go into the international market, but the opportunity to go through our UK client base out to the globe is our current plan.